We all know Blue Lock has often taken inspiration from real life football, like Sai Itoshi's goal in the under-20 game looks just like Roberto Carlos's iconic strike called the improbable goal. But that's not all. Shido's goals are ripped straight from Ibrahimović. Like his Big Bang drive is exactly the same, both being considered some of the best goals in history. Ibra is an egoist. His confidence to even attempt to do it proves it. And you know the saying, the idea of life imitating art, because recent goals from players compared to the manga look exactly the same, proving that Blue Lock players are doing realistic goals. Take Harry Kane for example. Just like Nagi, he showcased insane first touch control by lifting the ball just enough in the air to perfectly set up a header in the Bundesliga. And then there's Haaland, who did this ridiculous back heel no-look goal as a mirror image of Shido, although the author also got inspired by Ibra again for this one since he has scored so many of them. However, out of all the characters, Nagi's goal seemed the most impossible, right? The one he scored in the under-20 game is literally dubbed an inhuman moment, but it's actually possible as it was done by this dude. So how did the Blue Lock is real thing even come about? Well, how about the Japan's national team partnering with Blue Lock during the 2022 World Cup? The manga's whole idea of being an egoist and believing you're the best boosted Japan's performance, especially since they shocked the entire world with their wins against Germany and Spain. Imagine a ranked 24 team beating the best back to back. Fans and media compared Ritsu Doan to Isagi, further cementing Blue Lock's cultural impact on Japanese football. Looking at the team's performance against the two powerhouses, we can literally see anime become reality when you take a look at the goals. This caused the Blue Lock is real meme to go viral as the manga's plot was coming to life. Just like when Isagi had scored a direct shot goal in the anime, literally the next day, Mbappé scored this screamer against Argentina. But that isn't the only Isagi goal that became a reality. Initially, Isagi relied heavily on his right foot for shots. However, after playing alongside top strikers like Nagi, Baro and Kaiser, he realized the importance of being ambidextrous. So by integrating his direct shot with both feet, he could fire instantly no matter the positioning, like a revolver with two barrels. Looking at the panels, a lot of fans struggle to grasp how this would look like in real life, but don't worry, I got you. This weapon can be seen used by Paulo Di Canio against Wimbledon. Now let's play that in slow motion side by side with Isagi. You can now see why everyone was shocked that our MC pulled it off. Just like Shido's goal that he did with the Dragon Drive header, Charles sent a high curving cross towards him, aiming for an area where only Shido could reach it. He launched himself into the air with full body force, giving his header extra power during the Bayern Munich vs PSG game, right? His jumping ability and flexibility makes it possible. And this is exactly like Van Persie, who is called the Flying Dutchman. Both of these goals are the exact same as the author was inspired from it. It required perfect timing and control, making it one of the best of all time. However, another goal I consider insane is Shido's overhead kick, which was based on a real goal by Ibra once again. This dude keeps making the list because the author of Blue Lock, Kenny Shido, isn't done taking from the king. He frequently draws inspiration from him because, as I said, he embodies the ideal egoist striker. The belief in his own superiority aligns with Blue Lock's core message: a striker must be selfish and unstoppable. For example, another goal of Shido with his Dragon Drive perfectly mirrors him, proving yet again that these goals are possible in real life. Even Shido's stance in this panel is the exact same. But this got me thinking, is there a goal in Blue Lock that is straight up impossible where it can't happen? Well, the first goal that may come to mind is Kaiser's Magnus Opus. Kaiser needs to determine exactly where to strike the ball to up its accuracy to a level on par with a regular Kaiser impact. The ball must also be stationary, raising the difficulty of the shot astronomically. During the Bastards match against PSG, Kaiser scored due to Jin Kiora sending him a pass with an extreme backspin that resulted in the ball coming to a stop at the right moment. Now this shot has the most insane curve we've ever seen, and to prove that it's just like Roberto Carlos's goal against France in 1997, the people on Twitter within the Blue Lock world literally compare the goal to it, pretty much confirming it. And given that Roberto Carlos can shoot at 140 kilometers per hour, Kaiser pretty much matched it, as his impact is the strongest shot, more so than Noel Noah, the #1 player in the world. However, one goal I definitely think is pretty unrealistic is Nagi's 5-shot revolver, which requires way too much setup to even pull off, and it will never happen. Actually, we can never say never. This is football, miracles do occur.
Anything is possible.
Now, I was doing my research for this video, and the closest thing we have seen in real life is by Leonardo, who scored one of the best goals of all time in 1995. He faked and juggled past defenders 3 times. There's also Nagi's 1-shot revolver that occurred by Mitoma in the match between Brighton vs Liverpool. And oh yeah, I also have a video about real life players that inspired the author to create each character. Isagi is based on Filippo Inzaghi, who happens to have scored a direct shot and a no-look just like Isagi did when he had a chemical reaction with Hiyori. Inzaghi's movement off the ball was top class. He was described as a player who lived on the offside line according to Alex Ferguson. Inzaghi was even described as just lucky, and we all remember when Isagi's dumbass friends said the same thing about it. Even the likes of Jose Mourinho said he'd rather face 11 strikers than just one Inzaghi, since he always just managed to score somehow, such as Isagi scoring a backheel goal exactly like Ronaldo or Jamie Vardy when he devoured Rin. But speaking of Ronaldo, a lot of his goals can be matched up to Baro or Rin. Remember when Baro shot more than 29 meters away from the goalpost? That shocked Isagi and everyone, thinking, bro, this guy's built different. And then Baro increased his shooting range to 35 meters during the Neo Egoist League, where he could curve it more. This is ridiculous because the same shot range for Isagi only has a 2% chance to score. He even mentioned later how Rin could potentially score from anywhere within a 35-meter range, including from free kicks and corners. Well, lo and behold, our GOAT doing the exact same thing with ease multiple times. So no wonder by the end of the Neo League, Rin and Baro are the top scorers with 7 each, matching my GOAT, Ronaldo. However, there's one more important goal I need to talk about. Rin's technicality with Trivela shots. It may seem like some anime superpower if you haven't watched much of football. For example, his Trivela in the under-20 game, it looks ridiculous, right? I'm not just talking about the animation here. I'm talking about the way it was illustrated. But this is actually inspired by Quaresma, who shot using an outside foot curve. The one from the 2018 World Cup, it looks exactly the same as Rin's. Even Rin's corner kick Olympico goal has been repeated numerous times by the likes of Thierry Henry. But if you want to match it perfectly, then Song scoring from the corner to eliminate Man United is exactly the same. It's nuts. And people, that's just the beginning. Bartra's insane dribbling, inspired by Neymar or Ronaldinho, Baro's overpowering shots that nutmeg everyone, and so many more Blue Lock moments have played out in real life football.